1997, Kelly Ellard, a 15-year-old, lived in the idyllic town of View Royal, a stark contrast to the dark events that would soon unfold. She was deeply connected to Nicole Cook, who shared Kelly's fascination with gangster rap, serial killers, and the world of organized crime. Their friendship was intense, fueled by a shared desire for power and a fascination with violence. Nicole, known for her rebellious spirit, dreamed of becoming a mob hit woman, boasting of stealing cars and dating gang members. Kelly, mirroring this darkness, filled her locker with disturbing sketches of violence, depicting gangsters, severed limbs, and disembodied heads. Their shared fantasies took a horrifying turn in the autumn of 1997. Driven by a thirst for vengeance and a desire to prove their toughness, they targeted Reena Virk, a shy and vulnerable 14-year-old girl. Reena, yearning for freedom from the strict rules of her Jehovah's Witness family, admired Nicole's carefree attitude and sought to emulate her. Her vulnerability and desire for acceptance made her an easy target for the vengeful girls. Reena's innocent act of teasing Nicole in a notebook, calling her unattractive and claiming she had AIDS, ignited a firestorm of rage in the two friends, setting the stage for a tragedy that would forever mark the community. Nicole, consumed by rage after a prank, plotted revenge. She spread the word among girls from the Songhees Reserve, calling for a confrontation at Shoreline School on Friday. Days before, her mother overheard Nicole on the phone with Kelly, discussing a chilling plan to bury a girl. While their intentions were malicious, the plan was half-baked and seemed more like a misguided desire for violence than a concrete threat. On that November Friday, a celestial spectacle unfolded, as teenagers, including skaters, popular girls, and those who adopted street styles, gathered on the Shoreline School field. A Russian satellite dramatically disintegrated in the sky. The mesmerizing lights captivated the crowd, leaving most oblivious to the impending danger. Few knew of Kelly and Nicole's plot, and even fewer had ever met Reena, the intended victim. When police arrived to break up the gathering, the teenagers moved under the bridge, where the fight erupted. Nicole cruelly burned Reena with a cigarette, sparking a brutal attack. Kelly unleashed a vicious punch, and soon 6 girls, along with Warren Glowatsky, joined the assault. As the violence escalated, most of the teenagers fled in horror, witnessing their friends transform into monsters. Reena, lying helpless in the mud, begged for mercy as the girls kicked and punched her relentlessly. Finally, Layla, a skilled kickboxer, intervened, ordering the attackers to stop. The crowd dispersed, leaving Reena injured and alone. Some saw her bleeding and crying, yet none offered assistance. Later they watched as she stumbled home, her body battered and broken. Reena's absence stretched into a chilling 8 days, her lifeless body finally surfacing from the frigid depths, bearing the grim marks of violence. The whispers of her disappearance, confined to the hushed corners of View Royal's schools and bedrooms, echoed through a pre-social media world where teenage lives were shrouded in a silent pact. Without the digital glare of likes and shares, a code of silence prevailed. "Keep it on the down low," they murmured, their secrets shielded from the watchful eyes of parents, teachers, and police. 10 days after Reena vanished, Dr. Laurel Gray, a somber coroner with a quiet demeanor, conducted the autopsy. Her findings laid bare the brutality inflicted upon the young girl. Multiple blows to her abdomen, a crush injury reminiscent of car crashes, and extensive bruising, including a sneaker-shaped mark on her brain, painted a horrifying picture. 18 pebbles discovered within Reena's lungs provided a chilling detail. She had been alive when submerged in the water. Death by drowning, the coroner concluded, a finality that echoed the tragic silence that had shrouded her disappearance. Shocking revelations in Reena's murder case. In a packed press conference, Crown Prosecutor Don Morrison unveiled startling details that shattered conventional perceptions of crime. Unlike the gruesome murders depicted in popular culture or committed by infamous serial killers, the perpetrator of Reena's murder was not a family member or a psychopathic adult. Instead, 8 teenagers had been arrested. 6 girls, including Nicole, faced aggravated assault charges for the initial attack under the bridge. 2 other teenagers, Morrison revealed, pursued Reena across the bridge, brutally assaulted her and then dragged her body into the gorge, where she was forcibly drowned. Due to the heinous nature of the crime, these two teenagers would be prosecuted as adults, allowing their names to be released. Kelly Ellard and Warren Glowatsky. Of all the arrested teenagers, Warren most closely resembled societal stereotypes of a criminal. A slight, short 16-year-old with doe eyes and dark curls, he possessed the androgynous good looks of a teenage heartthrob. However, his life was marked by adversity. His alcoholic mother had been absent for years, and he had moved frequently with his welder father, living in various cities before settling in a trailer park in View Royal. In the months leading up to the murder, he had been residing with his friend Chris after his father left for California with a woman he met in Vegas. Warren's appearance belied his troubled past, with his sagging white jeans, too short attire, and boasts of being a Crip gang member. Even though he had never come across Reena previously, and was not involved in Nicole and Kelly's scheme, he viciously kicked Reena under the bridge, and the next day went to his girlfriend Sarita's house, requesting her to remove the blood stains from his pants using bleach. According to his girlfriend's statement to the police, he had confessed to following Reena along with Kelly, and something happened. Kelly did something to her. Based on this statement, the police apprehended Warren and interrogated him for several hours without the presence of a lawyer or a parent. They dismissed his admission of standing by helplessly while Kelly drowned Reena. The justice system also showed little mercy towards the guy in this case. In the spring of 1999, during a quick trial without a jury, Judge Malcolm McCauley ruled Warren's testimony as incomplete and improbable and sentenced him to life in Matski, a tough prison surrounded by fog and sheep farms. On the other hand, Kelly Ellard provided a contrasting account of the events during her interviews and trial. Initially, when questioned by Sergeant Krista Hobday, a family friend Kelly, in a Bloss manner, said that she was certain Reena's killer could have been Nicole. She always says sick stuff, just weird, demented stuff. She wanted to bury someone. Nicole thinks it's considered cool if you hurt people, and it's not. It makes you seem like a thug. She also claimed that ladies don't do that kind of stuff. Later, she portrayed herself as a victim, a strategy that her lawyers effectively utilized during her trial. Despite the discovery of a black nylon Calvin Klein jacket in her bedroom closet, its arms stained with saltwater matching samples from the gorge, the suspect maintained the stains were from a separate swimming trip. However, when confronted with mounting evidence against her, including numerous testimonies from teenagers who recalled her bragging about finishing her off and holding a girl's head underwater, she dismissed it all as mere high school gossip, declaring, "This is just rumors, rumors, rumors." Nicole, a shrewd and fiercely loyal friend, stood firm in her refusal to betray Kelly. She wouldn't testify against her, dismissing accusations with a casual, "Do I look like I have a tail?" Even when confronted with recordings of Kelly blaming her for the murder, Nicole remained unfazed, feigning innocence. "We don't talk about murder," she told the detectives with a dismissive shrug. "Just cigarettes and makeup. Violence isn't our thing." The lack of understanding and willful disregard for the complexities of teenage girls' lives, including their potential for violence and unsentimental desires, contributed significantly to the protracted and extraordinary legal proceedings involving Kelly Ellard. Ellard faced 3 trials over a decade before being convicted. In the initial trial, she portrayed herself as a meek schoolgirl with a soft-spoken voice and a subtle British accent. Her supportive family filled the front row of the courtroom daily. Unlike Warren, who had a public defender specializing in DUIs, Ellard's family secured the services of Adrian Brooks, a renowned Canadian lawyer. Brooks argued that the prosecution lacked concrete evidence, such as DNA, fingerprints, or bloody clothing, asserting that rumor plus rumor still equals 0. Despite being found guilty in 2000s, Judge Nancy Morrison commended Ellard's love of animals and imposed a lenient sentence, citing her youth, intelligence, and supportive family. However, the Supreme Court of Canada overturned the conviction in 2001 due to improper questioning. In 2004, during the second trial, prosecutor Catherine Murray relentlessly challenged Ellard in a heated courtroom battle. A different side of Ellard emerged as she displayed sarcasm and defiance. She vehemently denied killing Reena Virk and exclaimed, "I am not a monster. The trial ended in a mistrial due to a deadlocked jury. In the third trial, also with Murray as prosecutor, Ellard was convicted in 2005. Subsequent appeals were unsuccessful. Two paths diverge: Warren and Kelly's journeys after Reena Virk's murder. While incarcerated for their role in Reena Virk's tragic death, Warren and Kelly took vastly different paths. Warren sought redemption. He distanced himself from trouble, engaging in volunteer work with at-risk youth and participating in restorative justice programs. He even met privately with Reena's parents, offering a sincere apology. In a remarkable act of forgiveness, they accepted his apology and supported his request for full parole, which he received in 2010. Of all the accused in this whole process, Reena's mother, Reena Virk, told reporters, Warren was the only who has taken responsibility for his actions. Kelly, on the other hand, continued to maintain her innocence, displaying erratic and menacing behavior. Prison records revealed numerous rule violations, including hoarding toothbrushes for potential weapons and confessing to a year-long drug addiction. However, after turning 30, Kelly quit drugs and found work in the prison library. She also began a pen-pal relationship with a 41-year-old man named Darwin. In October 2016, Vancouver's Sun crime reporter Kim Bolan revealed that Kelly, now 33, was 8 months pregnant, having been granted conjugal visits with Darwin, a former felon with gang ties. At her parole hearing in February, Kelly finally acknowledged her role in the murder, though her explanation was dubious. She claimed she brought Reena to the water to splash water on her face to see if she would wake up. Despite this admission, she was granted escorted prison releases to take her newborn son to medical appointments. Kelly told the parole board that the birth of her son was very motivating, the best therapy for me. These contrasting journeys highlight the complex and often contradictory paths individuals take in the aftermath of a crime. While Warren sought reconciliation and forgiveness, Kelly's journey remained shrouded in ambiguity, marked by a struggle with accountability and a desire for a fresh start. In View Royal, the gruesome murder of Reena Virk lingers like a haunting specter, casting a dark shadow over the community. The case exposed the hidden plight of vulnerable and neglected teenage girls, but systemic efforts to address their needs have been lacking. In the aftermath of the attack, Reena's backpack was rifled through, and her perfume and diary were cast into the darkness of the river. Divers retrieved her diary, and its pages now reside sealed and preserved in some unknown repository. Within those pages, Reena's words and sentences remain a testament to her existence, waiting to be discovered by the world. I'd like to take this time to pay my respects to the victims and all the families that were affected by these heinous acts on both sides. You deserved better and are forever in our prayers. May you rest in peace. Conclusion. Being a bully is harmful and hurtful. It creates a toxic environment where people feel unsafe, anxious, and alone. Bullying can lead to long-term emotional and psychological damage, including depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. It can also have serious consequences for physical health, such as increased risk of substance abuse and suicide. Bullying is not just a childish prank. It is a serious form of abuse that can have devastating effects on victims. Instead of seeking power through intimidation, we should strive to create a culture of kindness, empathy, and respect. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more Killer Cliff Notes, and I'll see you in the next one.